My focus is not bigger, it's quality. And I want to make sure that
Like, subscribe, and share to Voices of Linden TV.
The Kristel Kave is a women's luxurious jewelry brand that prides itself in helping women to show up confidently in their different areas of life. Please join me this evening on the Voices of Linden TV in welcoming Aliyah Kristel Kave of the Kristel Kave to our show. Welcome, Aliyah.
Hi, Armina. How are you?
Very, very good. I'm so happy to have you on our show this evening and also to learn a bit more about the Kristel Kave. Can you tell me a little bit about it?
Yes. So the Kristel Kave is a women's luxurious jewelry brand designed to help women show up confidently in their different areas of life. So we've noticed when you look good, you feel good. So we wanted to use jewelry as the tool to help women to feel good. And our contribution to society is that we wanted to basically target 3 different groups of women that we feel would benefit the most from our jewelry. So we wanted to target women who are domestic violence survivors, cancer patients who are in their remission, as well as moms who suffer from postpartum depression, because we realize that these different individuals may not be at their best when it comes to confidence. So we want to help them basically to feel great and feel empowered so that they can come back into society and show up as their best self.
Oh, absolutely. We each need that little bit of boost in our confidence. I think every woman in the world can relate to that.
Yes.
So, Aliyah, I want you to share with us this evening a little bit about what motivated you to start your business.
So I remember in 2020 when my sister and we went to the Cayman Islands. So we love traveling. And every time we're about to travel, we have to basically coordinate like our jewelry with our outfit. So I realized that every time we travel and we get dressed, just accessorizing our outfits, it just made us feel really good. And I remember telling her, I was like, Jam, I'm going to start a jewelry business. And at the time, she was like, okay, sounds good. Like she's going to support however she can. And that's basically how it started.
Oh, isn't amazing. It sounds like you have a great supporter in her.
Yes, she is my number one supporter. If you're watching this, shout out to you. I truly appreciate and love you, but she has shown up for me in every aspect. Like any idea I throw by her, she listens to me. She never shuts it down. And she's like, yes, you can do it. And she just motivates me to, just get stuff done and to be my best self.
Oh my goodness. Well, kudos to her for being your partner in everything you do. That's what sisters are for. But it's
Yes.
even better when it's a sister that absolutely has an idea of your vision and what you want to achieve in life. So very, very, I look forward to meeting her one day. So,
Yes.
so what advice would you give to someone just starting their own business?
So the advice I would give to someone who is now starting out, I would say do some research. Doing research definitely helps you, to get an idea of, where you want your business to go and just have an idea of the industry you want to be in altogether. I would also say to align yourself with like-minded people or mentors who can basically teach you how to navigate this new journey that you're taking on, because there are going to be tough days and you're going to need someone to push you and to, just help you along. So I would say like-minded people and people who are in the same industry. Those are 2 things I would recommend, as well as, just believing in yourself, because that's very important. Like, believe you have no idea how far that can take you. So just believe that you can do it. And again, it comes back to confidence. So believe that you can do it, feel confident about it, and just wake up every day and strive to achieve it.
Great advice. Well, success is no accident. Definitely, if you put in the time and the effort beforehand, it can lead to great things. So, how do you handle fear and doubt when you're starting off as a young entrepreneur?
So
Or
fear
any
and
entrepreneur?
doubt. in any new endeavor that I am starting out, I always remind myself that I got this. Um, just talking it to myself, it helps me to basically eventually live it. So if you've never done this before and you're fearful about something, I would say just believe that you can do it. Surround yourself again with people who are gonna like motivate you and remind you, like, listen, don't be fearful. And my mama always tells me this thing. She's like, God didn't create us to be fearful. So she was like, with him, you can do this. So I always try to, remember what she told me and, would surround myself with people who would either motivate me just when I'm feeling a little bit fearful or some sort of doubt.
Yeah. Well, fearfulness can actually be enhancing. So fearfulness does 99% bring about doubt in most people. But if you turn that doubt into enhancement, that fear can actually be utilized as a driving factor for success. So kudos to having that guidance all along. Do you have certain routines that you do now that you've been about a year old in your business that you follow on a daily basis to ensure your success?
So I do have a routine that I do that helps me to stay on track, or at least I try to stay on track because life happens and we're human beings. So yes, I may wake up at a certain time, have breakfast at a certain time, work at a certain time because I do have a full-time job. I am a human resource recruiting coordinator. So I get off probably about 5, and then from about 7 to 11, I do some work on my business. Then I might take a nap, and then get up again and do some work. So I don't have like a full sleep schedule because I don't know, I just really can't sleep for like 8 hours. So it's always on my mind. So I'm like napping, waking up, napping, waking up. But I do try my best to stick to a schedule that includes some amount of exercise. So I keep my body moving, some type of, I make sure I pray, some type of affirmation, just to get my morning started so that I can have a good rest of my day.
Oh, that's pretty awesome because it sounds like you combine lifestyle with business success, which is your lifestyle does kind of cause those habits form what is successful and what makes you successful, right? So
Right.
So today you and I were chatting earlier and I was taking a look at your website, and one of the coolest things I discovered about you is that you are basically hands-on in everything to do with your business, which I think is pretty darn awesome in today's society to not have to have a party involved, but to actually be able to, if someone says something and someone gives you an idea, then you're on it. Like that is marvelous to see. So how did you market this business when you first started?
So when I first started this business back in 2021, I basically was, telling it to family and friends. So I did like a soft launch back in Guyana. And then I relaunched last year in 2022, June of 2022, where I did my website and basically went full on with everything. So I decided that because I started having a vision of where I wanted my business to go. So last year, I basically relaunched, having my website and basically because I had more supporters. And that's basically how marketing went. Word of mouth, website. I would do different vending activities, pop-up shops. So that's basically how I marketed my business.
With that said, when you spoke about pop-up shops, I think you'd mentioned to me earlier that there's a couple of ways that clients can get your products. Pop-up shop being one of them. I know you have the website, and I think there was a third, right?
Yes. So I actually also have a storefront in a Black-owned shared space located in Philadelphia. So shout out to Philly Shared. Basically, anyone who's available who lives in PA, they can go to the store. It's actually located at the Willow Grove Park Mall out there in PA. So that's one way that you can get access to my jewelry. There's also the website. as well as if you live locally. So I am in Irvington, New Jersey. If you live locally too and you need it like last minute, you can like contact me and I can bring it to you, because I've had cases where there was this one girl and she was going on vacation and it would not have shipped in time. So she was like, I really want the piece. Would you be able to bring it to me? So I came home, I got the piece for her and I took it to her house. So those are some different ways that you can access my jewelry.
Well, I'm sure that effort that you put in there just made the vacation even more so to have that power piece with her. And it sets you apart in terms of customer service and what you're willing to do above and beyond the typical. So that's quite enlightening. I know what it's like to have that finishing piece on an outfit for sure. I did take a look at your website and you have quite unique and selected pieces on there. So obviously there's a lot of thought that goes into your selection. Is there a reason in mind for that?
Yes. So every time I'm choosing a piece, I want this piece to help women to feel confident, to feel empowered, to feel like they're unstoppable. So I source vendors that has pieces that would be classy, that would help them to show up confidently. So that's what I usually do. And then I usually name them based on different stuff. So it can be stuff that reminds me of my country. It could just be random stuff in the area. Or like I have an event coming up in May. It's called Healing Hearts. So it's basically where I'm going to be vending it's a health expo where they're going to be talking about different ways you can take care of yourself. And there's going to be different survivors from like cancer. So we are going to be having a piece. It's going to be called the Tree of Life. And I specifically chose this piece because survivors of cancer, no matter what type of cancer it is, I want every time they look at, so the Tree of Life, it's going to be a bracelet. I want every time they look at their wrist that they are going to remember that this is a new beginning, basically. So like a tree, in the winter, the leaves would fall, and then in the springtime, they would start to come out again. So I want these individuals to basically remember that, they have a second chance at life, and they're able to accomplish and do anything that they put their mind towards. So like this tree, they're going to grow and keep growing, and they're going to be their best self. And if you notice, with a tree, there's the roots. And the root goes down in order to get nutrients and just to sustain and maintain the tree altogether. So the symbol of the tree is very empowering. And I want these individuals to basically remember that they're unstoppable and they can do anything and they can show up confidently, even better than they were before they would have become victims of domestic violence, or they would have gotten cancer, or they would have gotten postpartum depression for the moms. So the Tree of Life, that's very significant for me, and it's very important. So I'm definitely looking forward to that event in May. I am going to be looking for some sponsors to basically sponsor the individuals so that we can have the piece as part of their package, because we're going to be handing out like different tokens at the end of the event. So I'm going to be looking for sponsors, to sponsor those individuals.
Oh, so anyone in New Jersey or anywhere around, I guess, the United States or Canada or North America, anywhere, feel free if you're wanting to sponsor a survivor to reach out to Aliyah. So obviously the Tree of Life has great significance to you. And what's amazing about the Tree of Life is that not only is it heading downwards for all the nutrients, but it's always reaching to the skies,
Right.
reaching and growing. And even when its branches get cut off and things don't quite go the way we plan sometimes, there's always great growth and almost like a rebirth. So that's amazing in its own. And I think that's what all human beings love, knowing that there is a specific chance that they can have some regrowth. So with that said, how do you think that your business is set as makes your business so much more different from everyone else's company wise?
So with my business, I am focused on serving others. I am very big on helping those. So if it's just simply helping them feel confident, or if it's just reminding them that they can go about just being unstoppable, that's how my business sets me apart from others. Like, I'm very big on my customer service and ensuring that these individuals do feel confident or just feel great overall. So that's how I feel my business is different. It's very personable, and I want to actually develop a relationship. So I actually interact with my customers. Like, I ask them like, hey, how did it make you feel? And I get feedback from them, because some of them even reach out to me before I get a chance to reach out to them. So I feel that's how my business sets me aside.
Oh, that's amazing, because that relationship and that uniqueness, and there is that human touch in it, not just being a piece, but there's a human touch. And it's like you're looking at something and you don't really know the significance of what you're looking at something with, but you like it, you want it. But when you actually tie a meaning to a piece and it becomes your power piece, then there's even so much more that comes with it when you actually put it on and it
Right.
aligns with the inner being of who you are. So that's why they say metals are so important to your inner core. I triggered something there. I see you smiling. Yes. So you've heard that before about metals, right?
Metals being, I'm sorry, I didn't get the last part clearly.
Metals actually bring out a lot from within you. That's why there have been such an important sought after in all the years that we've been on Earth. People are always driven to try and find copper, silver, gold. It's the metals that keep driving, because these pieces, these they're used to in jewelry, and they're worn and they align with our inner beings. So
Right.
it's great knowing that you're putting that human touch to what an earring could mean, or what a necklace could mean, or even having a tree of life bracelet can bring to that person that's wearing it. That is something that's priceless. And so kudos to you for thinking of that. Do
Thank
you by chance have a sample of your tree of life bracelet, or not yet?
I do not have the sample as yet of the tree of life, but I do have other samples of different pieces that we carry currently.
Oh, that's perfect. Can't wait to see them at the end.
Mhm.
So with that said, what is one of the most difficult things you've had to face being an entrepreneur?
I would say one of the most difficult things that I have to face is just dealing when stuff just doesn't go well. So basically having an expectation and stuff just not going the way you foresee it. So I would say that's one of the most difficult thing that I would have to face.
Oh my goodness. Well, obviously that's what also forms growth. So what's your favorite part of being an entrepreneur?
So my favorite part of being an entrepreneur is one, dabbling in the different aspects. So being a content creator, because like you mentioned earlier, I have to wear several hats as a CEO. So one of my favorite parts is just showing up, creating content, that I can put out there and show people the pieces and just let them know what the business is about, and our mission and what we strive to accomplish, as well as choosing my pieces. I think that's one of the my favorite part, because I feel like I'm shopping,
Yeah.
but it's not for me, it's for others. So those are my favorite parts of being an entrepreneur.
Well, having visited your website for the first time today, I have to say I was pretty impressed. It's very well thought of, very colorful, very eye-catching. Totally, I love the who, why, about you, and the little write-up about it. I think it really was connecting, particularly as a woman, of course, and who does not, every sister should be helping another sister. So it's perfect. It was fantastic. And I love all the pictures of, I'm presuming it's your clients wearing your pieces, and the pieces were very colorful and eye-catching, and great prices too.
Thank
Quite
you.
affordable. I'm guessing that you particularly keep it that way, right? You want
Yeah.
to.
So, like I mentioned, in terms of our contribution to society, we want to help those different individuals who would have suffered from those traumatic events. So, in addition to providing luxury pieces or pieces that are elegant, classy looking, I also wanted to make it somewhat affordable so that they would still be able, anyone basically who wants to either buy something for someone that they know would have suffered from these traumatic events, or when it comes to sponsorship, they would be able to sponsor the individuals comfortably.
Oh, I love it. Love it. That's great. It's very well thought of in terms of who you're catering to and what obviously what your market is, and you're driven by that. So, with that said, what are some of the qualities do you think every entrepreneur should have?
Some of the qualities I think every entrepreneur should have is consistency. As much as it sounds, it's something that can be hard, but I would say try hard every single day to be as consistent as possible. Another quality I would say as an entrepreneur is to be personable. Remember that, yes, this is a business, but you're also connecting with individuals, like you're serving a higher purpose. So I would say be personable. I would also say be professional as possible because you're interacting with different individuals from different backgrounds. So be professional as well as respectable. Um, those are a few that I can think of off the bat that I would say every successful entrepreneur should have.
They're great
Oh, I
advice.
have one more. And
Yes.
just have an overall drive or passion for what you're doing, because that's important. That's the only way you're going to get out of bed every day and want to do more. If you don't have a passion for it, then you shouldn't be doing it. Or if you don't have something that connects you to it or just pushes you to want to do it or want to do more, then you shouldn't be doing it. So passion and drive is very important.
No, that is very true. And sometimes we start off with so much passion and then we lose it along the way based on exactly some of the aspects that you spoke of. There could be market changes, there could be, like COVID comes and happens, and you lose that spark because everything's tied in financially and it's just not doing as well as you think it should be doing. But that's when you kind of have to revisit or relaunch yourself again. Maybe reach out to another person that's being successful and you have lunch with them. You find out what keeps them driven, even when they've fallen, like the tree of life. Sometimes that branch gets cut off and you have to just start that regrowth again. So it's great because there is something as checking your ego and knowing when you really have to just realize that you're in a little bit of trouble, and you have that chance to do it. If the passion is still there, you just don't know how to regain it. So that's super great advice that you're giving to everybody. So where do you see your business in about 5 to 10 years?
So in about 5 to 10 years, I see my business partnering with different companies, especially when it comes to the women who would have suffered the different traumatic events that I mentioned. For example, those women the cancer patients in remission, I'm not sure if you're familiar with cancer care. So cancer care, basically what they do for, their cancer patients in remission is they would provide like wig service for them because, cancer patients, after going through chemo, they would have their hair, things like that. So they would provide wigs for them just to help them feel great again. So what I want to do is partner with cancer care or even an organization that focuses on helping cancer patients as they're in their remission, and basically provide my jewelry as a tool to help these women feel empowered and feel like on their second opportunity or as they're starting over again, they can do so confidently. So in addition to getting their wig, they're going to get some jewelry and they're going to show up confidently and conquer their day. So that's one partnership I would love to have in the future. I would like to do the same for domestic violence survivors, as well as moms who suffer from postpartum depression. I do know there is an organization in New York that provides support for moms who suffer from postpartum depression. It's basically like a retreat center. So I would love to partner with them within the next 5 to 10 years and basically have my piece again as another tool that would help these women to show up confidently. Because at this retreat, they're basically teaching them how to be new moms, basically how to get about their confidence and just be a better person in society. So I want to partner with them to have my jewelry there. So it's basically going to be a transformation for these individuals. So whether it's the moms who are suffering from postpartum depression, whether it's the cancer patients in remission or the domestic violence survivor, the jewelry piece is going to be a transformational piece as they're coming back. And like you mentioned, the tree of life, as they're coming again, they're out renewing. That's my 5 to 10 year plan.
Oh, that's amazing. I do wish you much success. And personally, being involved myself in domestic violence, helping women who've gone through that, and of course, any survival story, basically, and all the elderly care and any kind of charity to do with women or men, actually, I find it quite passionate that you're tying the two together in boosting and building on something that that is going to continue to grow. Because I was used this African proverb that I've learned a long time ago, Ubuntu. Each one, basically, we can't move forward without the other. Everyone needs each other to move forward. So you're throwing out that helping hand that's going to not only build on your success, but success breeds success. And success is not always in the format of money, because that person's confidence and growth in their confidence is going to boost their success in whatever it is that they're doing. So peacefully and with my heart, I'll say that it's truly an amazing venture. And I hope and wish you much success in your 5, 10, and forever growth of your business.
Thank you.
I'm quite excited to see it all. But put aside the business, how has all of this, launching a new business, going through your consistency and what you've learned, how has it affected you personally?
It has affected me personally in good as well as bad ways, I would say. Good ways, I think I needed to be a little bit more disciplined. So, it propelled me into becoming a little bit more disciplined. And in the bad ways, I would say I haven't been balancing stuff as great as I need to. So yes, I have my schedule that helps me to get stuff done, but my schedule, I have it focused entirely on making sure the business is successful, that I forget to be a young adult sometimes. So that would be a challenge in itself. So
yeah. Do you think you come across in terms of when you're interacting with other like-minded or even other young adults like yourself, do you find that impacts your interaction when you tell them that you're an entrepreneur and you're managing a 9 to 5 and you're also this and you're also that? Does it ever bring about like interesting conversations coming out of that?
yes, they're always like, "Oh, you're so busy." And I'm like, yeah, yeah, I got my hands full. But at the same time, especially my friends, as well as my family members, they remind me to, balance stuff, especially my grandmother. She's like, "You're getting older, but you need to balance stuff because eventually, you're going to need to get married and have kids." And I'm like, "Okay, we'll handle that later." But she's like, "No, you got to balance it now because you're getting older." So yeah, it does bring about interesting conversations.
Oh, we that good old Caribbean grandmother, huh? Just
Yes.
thinking of the legacy. I don't think there's a Caribbean mommy and daddy out there that doesn't talk about marriage at some point, no matter how successful we are. But that's the tree of life right there. That is it. It's in your grandma and it's in you, and it's where you're progressing, and all the women you're going to touch, and men too. Because I know today when we were chatting, you were talking about how at different dates, like August, in August, you were thinking of emancipation and celebration, of having pieces that kind of stand out for every kind of life event or calendar event. You're from Linden, Guyana, so am I. So like I loved it when you were speaking about that, because so that aligns with the calendar for the States, North America, Guyana, wherever it impacts. So makes your company, the Kristel Kave, quite different in terms of everything that it has to offer. So Aliyah, it's been such a pleasure having you on here this evening. So in closing, I do have to ask, do you want to share a few of your pieces with the audience?
Sure. I definitely love to. So I'll be sharing mostly the bracelets. For example, this one, can you see it?
My favorite piece.
This is our Versace piece. It is definitely very elegant. You just put this on, even with a simple top and a pair of jeans, and you can go about and conquer the world.
I'm going to be getting that piece.
There is also Diamond House, another one of my favorites. Very easy to pair, as well as there is Doorknob. I'm not sure, can you see them properly? There is Roman Marble. So this one is very elegant as well. These are pieces you just add it to your outfit and it just brings the entire outfit up. Like you don't even need to do much, honestly. And I'm gonna show you the pieces that I'm wearing today. So today I'm wearing Jaded Oasis. So this is one of our favorite. Everyone loves these, whether you're going on vacation, whether you're going on a date night, girls' night, everyone loves this. So these are Jaded Oasis. And some of my bracelets that I'm wearing. This one is called Cuffed. This one is our Do Not Enter with diamonds. This one.
Do not enter. I love it.
Do not enter. Yes. This one is our Nailed, and this one is our Louis Vuitton. So I'm also wearing some rings. This is called our Hugged ring. Yes.
I saw one on your website that was called the Leaf or something, the Leaf, and I was like driven. Like I just loved it.
I do believe I have it. I had it here. I'm not sure where I put it, but they're all adjustable because for the simple fact that all of our finger sizes are different, I try to, be as
inclusive.
Yes, inclusive to everyone. So those are some of our favorite bracelets that everyone loves, as well as earrings. And then there's some simpler gold pieces, your everyday gold one that you can wear. And there's more on the website and you can definitely look. We're currently having a giveaway going on. So since March is Women's Month, if you're not aware, we wanted to give back to women. So we wanted to honor them and give them their flowers basically while they're alive. So it's a few simple steps in order to enter the giveaway, such as liking the post, tagging 3 friends and have those 3 friends follow the page as well. And we will be checking to make sure those friends follow the page as well, sharing it and then commenting done. So all of the information to enter into the giveaway is going to be on my Instagram as well as my Facebook page. And you can definitely enter. It's free of charge. And we're going to be giving away 3 different bracelets every week. So the first drawing is going to be next Friday at 7:30 p.m. And then the Saturday, we're going to start the other week's giveaway. So we're basically going to be doing it up until the end of the month. So that's our contribution to society for women, because again, we are a women's luxurious jewelry brand designed to help women show up confidently in their different areas of life.
Who doesn't like something for free when they go shopping? That's also benefiting everybody else. Sign me up.
Right.
So can you share with us what your value range is? I don't like to say price point because I think with you having a woman's luxurious jewelry brand's price point, it's price point, but I think value in what you're selling. So do you want to share with me your value range, starting from and the highest?
So I would say our value range starts as low as $10 and goes as high to above 45.
Perfect. Who doesn't, who wouldn't have that? That's like perfect, to be able to spend that on yourself and have that power piece or pieces that you
Right.
can use many, many times. So last question I have for you, young lady, is with the Kristel Cave and the success that you've garnered and continue to garner, and having your biggest supporter being your sister, and of course, marketing yourself and interacting with your customers, what would you say across the board, not just with the Kristel Cave, is the definition of success for you?
My definition of success is waking up every day and just accomplishing, even if it's just 1% better than what you did yesterday. So if yesterday you were at 56%, today I want to get up and make sure that I would have done something that helps to better me. So even if it's 1%, it just must be that I'm working towards, bettering myself. So success, it doesn't necessarily need to be money. It doesn't necessarily need to be the fancy clothing or jewelry, the fancy stuff in life. It's just, bettering yourself for me. So even if it's just by 1% each day, that's what success looks like for me. Yeah. I'm a
I'm
very
so
simple,
proud
calm
of
person.
you. I think that is by no means a simple answer to that question. It's actually quite a great answer to the question. So perfectly said. I applaud you, Aliyah. It's a great advice to anybody out there. And I wished for you to name your next piece Unbreakable.
Unbreakable.
Unbreakable, because like the tree of life, as much as you break us sometimes, we come back and we become
Right.
unbreakable. So with that said, it was such a pleasure having you on our show this evening. And any last parting words you'd like to give to anybody out there?
Yes. So I would like to thank all of you guys in advance for following the page, supporting the page, and just supporting the cause and what we stand for. I also want to shout out to all my family members and friends who've been supporting me. You guys know yourselves. Thank you every day. Thank you for helping me every day to just get up and be a better person. So shout out to you guys. I truly love and appreciate you, and I couldn't be here without you. And thank you, Armina, as well as Andrew, for having me. It was truly a pleasure speaking with you guys. You guys are so great. So I hope this would not be our last time interacting, but again, it was a pleasure speaking with you. And just thank you.
Oh, my pleasure. And don't forget, for everybody watching this evening, that this is a great time, if you haven't subscribed with us already, to please go ahead and subscribe, as it benefits all of us. So have a great night. Take care until next time.
Bye.
So Leah, as you know, my favorite piece is the Versace bracelet. I am so in love with it. So walk me through when, I go onto your website and I order this piece and I paid for it. What can I expect? Tell me a little bit about your packaging and a little bit about the product itself.
Okay, so after placing your order, typically there's a 24 to 48 processing time, just to give me enough time to get to fulfill your order. So packaging, all of our bracelets are made of gold-plated stainless steel. They are nickel-free as well as hyperallergenic, so you don't have to worry about your skin breaking out or any of those things. In terms of the material, stainless steel is very durable, so that's why we decided to use that, because we wanted pieces that are going to last a long time. Because again, confidence, we want people to show up confidently in their different areas of life. So in regards to packaging, we have a very cute black pouch, black and gold. So again, it's a women luxurious jewelry brand. So we wanted our packaging to look and feel good. So it's very luxurious looking, it's very cute, and you can basically just pop your jewelry in here, place it in your handbag if you're traveling, and you can just store it here too. So I would recommend, in terms of care for your jewelry, when you take them off, I would recommend you placing them into the pouch just to keep them, so for the length of life for them, or the lifespan of the jewelry.
Oh my gosh, I love the packaging. It states, it just makes it different. It's not just like you're truly buying a piece of, something that you're going to keep for a very long time. And do you deliver to Canadian customers?
Yes, so we do have international shipping. So when you place your order, it's gonna ask you how you want to check out, how you want to pay for it, and Shopify basically does everything on the back end. And then I'll just go to the post office after I print your label, and the post office is going to take care of everything else.
Perfect. Well, that's exciting. And then you get the opportunity of opening your brand new piece when it arrives at your doorstep. So thank you
Yes,
for sharing that with us, Aliyah.
no
I look
problem.
forward to receiving my piece.
Yes, I look forward to you having it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.